welcome to Kitchen to Kitchen. I am Jamie, and this is my sister Nicole. Today we're going to be making a tortilla soup that uses oyster mushrooms to act as chicken, and it is from this lovely book, Plant Food is Medicine.
We went to this, it was a smoothie place, right?
Yes, in California.
Right, when we were out for Dad's memorial and we had smoothie bowls there 2 mornings in a row, I think it was. And we ended up buying the cookbook that the little cafe had because we enjoyed the smoothie bowls so much.
Yes.
I actually bought a special cashew butter that they had, and I didn't think about it. I went to get on the plane to come back home, and it was confiscated. Go.
Good job, Nicole. Good job.
I was so excited about it. Yeah, they just took the whole thing. And it was a real bummer.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so we're going to start with the oyster mushrooms. At first, we need to set the oven to 400 degrees. I'm going to go do that.
I apologize for my bright light back there. I'll try to block it.
At least you got a lot of sun. If you're going to have snow, have sun.
True. Yeah, we had solar panels installed, and it's kind of a bummer because when it snows, they cover them. So then, like on days like this, it's too cold to melt the snow, and then you're not getting the sun or whatever. Okay.
Oh, that is a bummer.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my gosh. That's right.
Okay.
Okay, so with these are really interesting mushrooms. They can kind of have a bit of a meaty texture, so they can replace meat really well in different recipes. What I make sure that I do is I take a towel and gently brush them off. I want to get any dirt off. Obviously, that's not great in a recipe. I have used mushrooms like these in curries and different soups. They're so good. Oh my gosh.
I don't think I have ever made anything with oyster mushrooms before.
Oh wow.
Pretty sure not. Oh, and I totally just broke that one.
We're shredding them anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So you're gonna start pulling the mushrooms apart, and it's quite easy, you'll see, but the bottom area can really have a very woody texture. So as I work with them, I just actually tear that bottom part off so that it doesn't affect the texture of the dish that you're gonna make. You don't have to tear a lot of it off, but I kind of go by feel, and I can tell what I don't want in the soup. Can you kind of tell?
Yeah, I think so. Mine don't feel too the bottoms. At least there's one big one that is definitely.
What I'm going to do with the mushrooms, and I think you're already doing this, I'm just going to shred them right into a big bowl.
That is what I'm doing.
Put it to the side here. And just think about if you were shredding chicken that had been cooked. What are you going for? That's what we're going for here. Have you ever cooked with the really tiny mushrooms? Are they enoki mushrooms, I think?
No, so I am really, well, I shouldn't say that because Carter, my 8-year-old, actually loves mushrooms, but the rest of my family, Tim, my husband, and my older kids do not love mushrooms.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so, when I make mushrooms, it's more for me, kind of for Carter. He's sometimes picky about mushrooms, sometimes not. It's kind of up in the air kind of deal.
One of the dishes that I made for retreat, I used pink oyster mushrooms. They were really good.
Okay.
And really pretty. I love it when food is really aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
And that was the big thing about the pink oyster mushrooms. They were just so pretty.
Okay. Yeah, I would really like to try morel mushrooms.
Same here.
But I never have. I know that I live in Minnesota, and people here constantly post finding them, and I believe it's probably springtime. I don't know, maybe summer. And they're always posting photos of, the after the making of them or the cooking. And they look very tasty, but I have never ventured to go find them.
Yeah, I know of a couple people in our area who forage for them, and I've been thinking about connecting with them. There's also an app for mushrooms if people want to forage for them. I can't remember what it's called. I have it on my phone.
Okay.
Not that I've actually gone foraging, apparently, because I cannot remember the name of the app. But there is one.
Okay, that's interesting. I know a friend of mine said, "Oh, you live," because we live right off a creek, and she was like, "Oh, you can probably find them in your yard," but I have not ever found any in my yard, so.
Oh my gosh, I wonder if you could.
I don't know. I've never found any, so I'm not sure about that one.
Okay, 2 left.
Oh, you're good. Hurry up! I'm just kidding.
I know.
I'm joking. Totally kidding.
It is a race, Jamie. Okay.
All right. So we got our bowls of mushrooms.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. And then we're going to add on olive oil and all of these spices.
Yes.
Okay. So olive oil, we're going to use 3 tablespoons.
2.
Oh, it's 2.
It's 2.
Okay. And then for the rest, we'll just do, thank you, by the way.
Yeah.
For the rest, we're going to, what?
It's 3 for the soup itself.
Got it. I was looking at the wrong part. Okay. So for the rest of this, we're just going to follow the ingredients that they have listed in the book.
Yep.
I'm going to kind of toss it a little bit with the oil first. Just get it spread around. Okay. And then
we need cumin.
Okay, so we've got cumin.
Yep. Ancho chili powder.
Okay. Oh, I'm so excited. I love this smell. Oh, my word.
Do our oregano next.
Okay.
Coriander.
I ground the coriander and the ancho chili this morning.
Nice.
It just smells so amazing.
And onion powder, sorry. And then we need to chop up our garlic here.
So and I know that they actually say a specific amount, but I just got a smaller garlic clove, and that's what I'm using.
Okay.
How do you mince garlic?
Typically, I just cut it, but I am so welcome to see how you do it because it takes me so long. I normally just slice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if you do it an easier way, I am down and game to watch.
Okay, so I don't know if you can see this well from the front. You'll be able to see it from above if needed. But what I do is I put my garlic clove down on the cutting board.
You smoosh it?
I put a knife. No, I put a knife. You can, but I put a knife flat on it and go like that.
Oh, okay.
And it peels it.
Yep.
You can take that right off.
Okay. I already peeled mine.
Okay. And then I just go with my knife. I rock the knife and I just go over like this.
Oh, yep. Okay.
And every so often, kind of not scrape off, but really carefully, of course, wipe off the knife and then go back over just so and especially for this, we want it really minced. I'm going over this, so I'm because I'm realizing we want it super, super minced, I'm actually kind of smashing. My blade is almost at kind of between flat and a 45-degree angle, and I'm just kind of smashing it.
Okay.
Just gonna go in that motion again, the rocking motion, and mince a little bit more.
I like that. I got mine nice and tiny, I feel like.
Yep.
That's way easier. I'm always sitting here cut into little strips and then cut those strips into strips and then cut those strips into little. This is way easier.
How do you even want to cook with garlic at that point?
I don't, Nicole.
I know. It's so fast, and I know some people like to use a press. People can totally do that, but I find that I love to do it this way, and then just kind of gently go across the board so I'm not,
Scoop it up.
messing with
So
my
you're
blade.
saying don't stab yourself like I did this winter?
Oh my gosh, that's right.
Yeah, I did.
You are dangerous in the kitchen in multiple ways.
Well, I didn't stab myself in the kitchen, to be fair.
Oh, never mind that.
I was working on my house. All right, so we're gonna toss all that up with all of our delicious spices.
Doesn't it smell amazing?
It does.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
I told my mom we're having.
And what's interesting about this is we have olive oil, yes, but it's almost, you're going to have the oil in it, but it's almost maybe going to be a little bit more of a dry roast. Technically not, but it has a dry rub. So we'll see.
Smells delicious.
Yes. Have a little piece of mushroom here. Some of the pieces actually really kind of look like shredded chicken.
Really do, yes.
Mm-hmm. So I'm moving my little spice containers, and I'm going to lay the movies out in the pan that I have parchment paper in. I think you oiled your pan.
I have tin foil and oiled the tin foil.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I should do parchment paper. I don't know why I don't do parchment paper. I think why I don't do parchment paper is because parchment paper kind of drives me nuts because it never just lays flat. It's always curling up on you. And tinfoil, I can like tuck it under, sort of.
So there's a trick with parchment paper that can work. I've done it at different points. It just depends on what your application is. But you can actually take parchment paper, ball it up, and then open it back up, and it's flexible.
Oh, good to know. This actually does really look like chicken.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yep.
Looks like chicken. It looks like shredded.
Yeah. I'm super excited. So we need to put this into the oven. It's 35 minutes, right?
It is, yes.
Okay.
So we're to the soup part now.
Right. Let's check the mushrooms really quick before we start with the soup.
Okay. Oh boy, these are.
They're already getting tender.
Yeah, super tender. All right. Perfect.
So less of a dry roast. And I'll be curious when they're done if maybe they could have even had less oil in them. But, who knows? Maybe they'll get nice and crispy.
Right.
So for this part, we want to start the burner.
I'm going to do mine on 2 probably. Don't you think? What are you going to do yours on?
Well, I'm actually going to start mine on really low at 1 because I just remembered I need to cut the onion and the garlic, but I want to get it at least started a little bit.
Okay, I turned mine down as well. I'm going to do half of my onion probably.
Okay, and I'm going to do about a quarter.
Okay.
I like onion, but I don't like really onion heavy foods. Maybe I should say onion forward. I don't know. Hopefully we don't cry on screen.
Oh, that is one thing. I had LASIK done
That's
years ago now. Oh God, must have been like 5 years ago now, maybe. And I am telling you, there are 2 things I miss about wearing contacts. One is onions, because when you wear contacts, it's like a barrier for your eyes. I never thought of that. Yeah, I never used to cry doing onions ever. It never bothered me. And now that I don't have contacts in, it's annoying. And the other thing is campfire smoke. Campfire smoke is another thing where I could just stand there and it would never bother my eyes and it would be perfectly fine. And now I don't have that anymore, so.
Wow.
Whatever. It's fine.
That that's kind of fascinating to me. I did not realize that was a thing, and it kind of sounds pretty handy.
It is a thing. It is definitely a thing. I mean, but I would take waking up in the morning and being able to see and not have to mess around with glasses and not have to mess around with contacts any day over,
I get that.
It's not like I'm around campfires all the time, and I mean, I do cook a lot of cook with onion a lot, but that's fine. It's temporary. Yeah. So I already did my onion and my garlic here.
Oh, you're fast.
I'm speedy.
I still got.
I'm speedy.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm getting ready to start the garlic. I'm not going to kind of smash it as much this time, just because I don't need it that processed.
Okay.
Not for this soup.
I'm gonna heat our oil up.
Yep, I'm gonna get some oil going in mine now.
Okay.
And I'm kind of going to guess.
I always guess when I cook. I don't typically do the exact amount of oil, but I am today. I'm being real strict.
Yeah. I can be really strict with recipes. In fact, I think I've said before, I grew up cooking with recipes and don't grow up cooking without them.
Okay.
And so I actually, when he cooks without recipes, a lot of times I say he's going rogue in the kitchen, because I'm like, what are you doing? But he's really good at it. But what we found is that being together as long as we have, he now actually will cook more with recipes, and I cook less with them. So I'm starting to hear the sizzle of the water in my pot, so I'm going to go ahead and add in the onion.
You doing the onion and the garlic together?
Yep, I usually do it separately, but this recipe says to do it together, so I'm just going to go ahead and try it their way. And if I think that the garlic has cooked too much, then just next time I make it, what I would do is cook the onion until it's translucent, and then add the garlic in and just let it go another minute or so. Doesn't it smell amazing?
It does. I'm checking my mushrooms real quick.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, check them.
Right.
They're crisping up.
Oh my gosh. I wish they were ready now.
Well, they're definitely gonna be pretty crispy, I feel like. I mean, they're not gonna be super soggy for sure.
I don't think so. Okay, and then for me, while I have the onions, I think you already did yours. While I have this cooking, I'm going to turn it down a little bit. I'm going to cut up the chipotle pepper. You did yours, right?
I did mine, yes.
Okay. And I do this very much like I do garlic, and like I work with, a lot of times, if it doesn't matter what it looks like, I do the same with jalapenos, serranos. I cut it in half, usually try to quarter it, and then I just rock. Again, I'm just rocking to create almost what we do with minced garlic.
Okay, got all my spices all ready.
It smells so good in this kitchen.
Oh yeah, it does. It smells amazing.
You're going to have family members running in pretty quick here.
Me? I know.
I would think. I'm
going to come up like...
If mine were younger, I think they would be.
They're downstairs. They're playing. They got Nana over, so Nana and the boys kind of honker down and do their thing.
That's nice.
Yeah.
When we were little, when I was little, my mom and stepdad moved right before I turned 4, and they moved away from the rest of the family. We had an aunt, my mother's sister, who moved at the same time, but we just weren't around family very often. And so I think it's great that your kids have your mother so close.
Yeah, we lived here in Minnesota, and my mom's, obviously I didn't know Dad or any of you guys. My mom's family all lived in, well, my one aunt lived, I guess, in South Carolina, but my grandma lived in New York, and they were kind of all scattered. So I saw my grandma maybe once a year, but I didn't really see everybody else. So I didn't really grow up with family either. So it is really nice to have them have family around.
Right.
All right, I think mine are looking good.
Okay, so now we're going to add in the spices.
Yep.
So we've got Himalayan salt, cumin, actually a good bit of cumin.
Yeah.
Garlic powder. I had to smell that to remember. Powder and nutritional yeast.
And the chipotle.
Well, yeah. I'm just kind of getting this. I am definitely a fan of the smell in the kitchen.
Oh yeah, that smells like cumin.
Wow. Am I right? That goes about 2 to 3 minutes?
Yeah, it says 3 to 4.
3 to 4, okay. Mine is actually starting to get dark, so I really want to get water in here.
Okay, I think it's probably time to add it anyway.
Okay, yeah. So there we go. And I'm going to turn mine up a little bit because we want to bring it to a boil and then simmer. Oh, and get the bouillon in. It'll be really interesting how this comes out because I usually put bouillon into boiling water and fully, I guess, dissolve it before I cook with it. So if that's a step that I can skip, that's great.
I always do this when I have to add bouillon and...
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. I'll be doing that then. Okay, I'm to the point now where I have just kind of a light boil going on. So I'm going to turn it down and just put the lid on and set a timer for half an hour. What do you think? Okay. And then my alarm is going off for the mushrooms.
So it's time for that.
Wow.
Oh, those look delicious. Those look super tasty.
Yep.
So we took our mushrooms out to let them cool. Now we're going to move on to making our tortilla strips, and then our Parmesan, which is not real cheese, it's dairy free.
It is so good though. I have used it for many, many meals and it is delicious.
I have never made this before, so I'm excited. So first we want to we're using corn tortillas, and we want to slice them into bite-sized strips.
Yep. Mine might be slightly frozen still.
What the heck, Nicole? Joke.
I know.
Oh, we also, in the meantime, want to turn our oven temperature down to 380.
These are going to be really good though.
I know, I'm excited. I've been wanting to try this soup, like I said, so I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
All right. So
didn't you make the broccoli soup from this cookbook and really liked it?
I did, and I loved it.
Okay.
I loved it. It was so good, and it was so easy. There was no cooking at all. It was literally just blending, and it was so good. Yum.
I think I did one of the smoothie bowls. Yeah, these were definitely not ready to be sliced, but that's okay. I think I did one of the smoothie bowls and really liked it.
Okay, I've been wanting to do that, especially since Tim really likes smoothies.
Yeah.
So I need to do that. I kind of want to try the magic one, the blue magic. Have you ever used that before?
No. So when I went to buy it we went to Whole Foods. The person who helped me said that they thought that maybe it wasn't the best. Like it's not as cost effective as the green spirulina.
Okay.
But the thing of it is, so I didn't buy it that day, and then when I read up on it later, it doesn't have the same flavor. it's a lot lighter on the palate.
Okay.
So to me, it makes sense to try it.
Yep. I haven't even looked, honestly, to try to find it yet, so.
Okay. But we had it there, didn't we?
I believe so. Yeah, I think so. I think we had it in one of the smoothies. I got the toast what are you doing there, Nicole?
I pushed my hair back and then I realized I have this huge
giant knife, you're gonna stab yourself. Are you still cutting those tortillas?
I'm going to suggest that if you're going to cut tortillas, you make sure that they're just fully thawed. I mean, it's an idea.
Like, she is still cutting her tortillas up.
I have a lot done, but I still have this much left.
Oh my goodness. That's hilarious.
I mean, you could always, if you want, just, what do they get? Paprika? Do they get salt or just paprika and oil?
Salt and paprika. So we drizzle with olive oil first. So I'm just going to start drizzling.
Yep.
A decent amount of olive oil, though.
Okay.
So I'm not measuring.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of drizzling. For a while.
Look, you've got time.
What?
You've got time.
I have time. You're still cutting your frozen tortillas.
Oh my god.
Alright, so toss these bad boys up. Make sure they're covered. Okay.
This is kind of its own workout.
Do my little paprika.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. I really seriously worked up a sweat with that. It was nuts.
All right, so I got my paprika and my salt. And those are ready to go in the oven. How long do we need to bake for? 10 to 15 minutes, but it says watch carefully at the end. So I'm probably going to set my timer for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And check them.
How do you get these in an even layer?
Well, you did a lot more than I did. I didn't do a ton.
I did 5. Isn't that what we were supposed to do?
It was what you're supposed to do, but I think your tortillas were bigger than mine. I used tiny
did you
ones.
3 taco ones?
I did like taco. It's okay though, because I think it'll be perfect. This isn't actually a ton of soup, so it's only...
No, it is not.
It's probably a good, like, maybe 3 servings. Maybe.
Mm.
All right,
okay.
So pop these in the oven. 10 minutes. Okay. In the meantime, now, our Parmesan.
Yes.
So you need a food processor here. All right, so to the food processor, we're adding Brazil nuts.
Yep.
Cashews. And hemp seeds to start with.
Yep.
And we are going to process that for...
So the big thing with Parmesan, just to be really clear on this, you can go from Parmesan to a nut butter really quickly.
Okay.
So you want to be really careful when you process it.
Okay.
Yeah, and it says you kind of want a sand type texture.
Okay.
Might want to pulse initially at least.
Okay.
And if you kind of wipe it down, did you not have to wipe it down at all?
No, I have a little tiny guy. You have a big one. Mine is just a little tiny...
I want to show this texture. It can go just a little bit more. It's still just slightly not processed enough. But it's very, very close. So it's actually now, it's a lot more fine. It still looks similar probably, but I can tell texture-wise it has more of that sandy feel to it.
Okay.
Like the wet, sandy feel, not that super, super dry. It's the Himalayan salt, nutritional yeast, and garlic powder.
Yes.
And I am making a big batch.
And I am making a small batch, but maybe in the future I'll make a big batch.
Oh, it's so good. I mean, we'll see how you like. And this should really just kind of pulse a few times because the idea is that you're just trying to mix it. You've pretty much gotten it to where you want it.
Okay.
Oh, this looks so good.
That Parmesan is super good.
Yep.
Wow.
Sometimes when I taste it, it seems a little bit salty to me. But the thing of it is that Parmesan is salty, and the idea is that you just use a small bit, so it makes sense. I use the full stems of cilantro. Do you, or do you just use? Because I know people are really different with that.
I use everything on cilantro.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so I got my avocado all diced up. Get my lime wedges.
You are fast.
I'm super speedy, Nicole.
Wow. Okay. Lime rest.
All right, so then all we have to do left is just add the mushrooms. Those are going to be tasty.
We added on an extra 3 minutes to these strips. Let me see if that's...
Are they good?
They're definitely hot. Yeah, they're good.
They're good? They smell delicious. Oh my goodness. So this says, the recipe says to put it on the bottom of the pan, the strips. Should we add the mushrooms? Probably to the soup now? Let them sit for a second?
Oh yeah. Yep, I'm just finishing up my avocado.
Woo, steamy.
Oh.
I'm gonna add
This just seems like what?
I'm gonna put my mushrooms in my soup.
Okay. I'm gonna do it as soon as I've gotten this avocado in a container. Okay, there we go. Oh, can you hear kimchi?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so
Delicious. Looks very tasty. Yep, tortilla chips are delicious.
I am so excited about this soup. I think, how many times have I said this, but oh my goodness. I hope this feels like eating it at a cafe because that's my favorite when I eat meals like this.
Strips. All right.
I think I'm going to put some tortilla strips on top too.
Did you already put your soup in? You did.
Yeah, I just did.
Okay.
Okay, and then I guess a squeeze of lime. Oh, wow. That smell is just amazing.
It does smell good. Whoop. I'm being a little messy here.
Yep, whatever it takes.
Right? We need some avocado. I know my mother wants avocado.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know for sure if Tim wants avocado or not, but I'll give him a couple pieces.
He's hungry.
We're gonna do a little bit of cilantro.
Oh, wow.
Little limey wedge there. I don't have any any more strips to put on, so I probably should have done it with more strips, but that's okay.
Well, I only made one bowl though.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I made many bowls. I made 3 bowls. It's vegan, Mom. It's vegan.
Yep. This just smells. I can really smell the cumin, but especially once the cilantro went into the soup, it's almost like it changed the experience of the smell of it.
Right. This Parmesan is what looks really good to me. All right, should we try it, Nicole?
Didn't actually put any on. Yep, I want to break that up.
I'm trying to bite.
Okay. Yep.
It's hot, Mom, so don't burn yourself.
Okay.
Yep, it's good.
Oh, wow. I think for my taste, it's a little bit salty.
Is it?
What do you think?
I don't think it's
salty.
No? Mm-mm.
Okay. I don't eat much salt anymore, though, so
okay.
I'm just thinking about the fact, but oh my gosh, this is...
It tastes wonderful.
Wow.
It might be a little salty to some people. To me, it's perfect.
Yep, tastes good.
Mmm.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Good job, Nicole.
You like it?
I do.
Wonderful. Really wonderful.
My mom likes it.
I do.
Tim is headed here to try in a moment, but I really like it a lot, actually.
Me too.
I just got a bite with the tortilla strip.
Mm-hmm.
That is really good.
And they're staying crunchy. At least
Yeah.
mine are.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think pretty much for me, when I make it again, because I know I'll make it again, I'll just use less salt. But other than that, I think the heat from the chipotle peppers in the adobo is really good.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of has that perfect heat where it's not too hot, but it kind of leaves a little bit of heat in the back of your throat.
Yeah, I really like it.
Mm-hmm.